Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fandom Fights. We're here for the team's title match, the first team's title match of the year. And Nick, we have some vacant belts to assign to some players. Very much looking forward to this. We got Duel the Fates. They've been here before. Going up against Galac-Deez Nuts. Never been here before. So an exciting matchup. I think two of the better teams to be in the league right now. Nick, obviously you are here. How are you feeling about this matchup? What do you think about the road to get here?
So excited, Tim. The road to get here, what a road it was. I would call both of these teams being here upsets in a way. They had to go up against teams that had either like beaten them before or had been in title contention before. Duel the Fates had to beat Guns and Ships to get here. Not only did they do that, but they knocked them out in order to do so. Galac-Deez Nuts with a huge upset against Young Justice. I think most people would have had Young Justice in that match. But after Galac-Deez Nuts played the way they played, they beat them handedly. And then they've just showed such improvement that coming into this, you might think Duel of the Fates coming in with a knockout, Galac-Deez Nuts coming as an upset. It might be like leaning one way or the other. I don't know who's going to win today, Tim.
Yeah, I don't know either. Bucky's pumped. You can see his tail right here. He's ready to go. He's excited. So we're not going to talk anymore. We're going to get into the promos and hear from the players right now.
All right, boys. We're here. Maybe a little earlier than expected, but I still expected you guys to get here at some point this year based on the work that you guys have put in. And I know that the opposition we're going up against today is very formidable, but we at least have one thing in our favor. Their manager doesn't know who you are, at least. So we'll see if he's learned his lesson in the interim. But I am so pumped. I'm used to being in your guys' shoes, but this is a different and exciting challenge for me being the manager, and I couldn't be more thrilled to be in this position. How are you guys feeling coming into this?
If you want to know how seriously I'm taking this is a 0.0 alcohol beer.
I'm feeling pumped as hell, man. I'm glad to finally get here with Abel. You know, like you said, it's definitely sooner than expected, but I'm glad we're here. We're going to make the most of it, and we're just going to try our best. We feel like our best can finally bring us that title.
I did learn who this team is. Don't give them Disney animation. I was rusty. I just came back. But we set a goal for ourselves at the start of the season. It's a little sooner than maybe we, by circumstances of dropping a belt, we're already here at this point. We have one plan to win the belt, so let's play.
Nick, some things we forgot to mention up at the top. Brittany, currently the singles champion, won at the beginning of the year. So she brings that level into this as well. I also forgot that Cody managed against Galac-Deez Nuts earlier this season in a very, very exciting match that I loved. But any thoughts about the promos other than what I already brought up?
Nope, just a lot of cool stuff could happen here today, Tim. Antonio and Abel, first time they're ever challenging for a belt. Brittany could become one of very few people to hold both belts at the same time. Good stuff's going to happen today.
Awesome. Let's get into it, starting with round number one. Nick, how is round number one of this 5-round match going to work?
Round number one is going to work like this. There's going to be 10 questions in the realm of fandom fights. Each player will answer individually on their whiteboard. They'll have 15 seconds to do so, and at the end of 15 seconds, I will say pens down, at which point the players will reveal their answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece, and should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number one, they would receive a bonus question. Each team will have 4 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of this 5-round here title match. Tim, take it away.
Oh.
Unless you want me to take it away?
I think I... Yeah, you take it away.
I'll take it away.
Okay, you take it away.
Teams, your first question in round number one. It comes in the category of the MCU. What is the name of the weapon created by Vanko and introduced at the Stark Expo alongside War Machine in Iron Man 2?
Do you like more films with the number 2 after it or the number 3 after it?
Explain yourself.
Do you like more films with the number 2 at the end of the title or the number 3 at the end of the title? 5.
Two, I guess.
3. Nice. 2. 1. Pens down. Let's go to Brittany.
Said the Iron Legion.
Let's go to Abel.
That sounds right. I said Iron Patriot.
Let's go to Tyler.
I think I'm just looking for drones.
And Antonio.
I also said drones.
Don't think we can take any of those. The answer is hammer drone. Hammer drone.
Ah,
So,
didn't realize it was
no
that name.
perfect rounds today, but we're going to move on to the next question in the category of sci-fi icons. Which sci-fi icons film features performances from Rip Torn and Jill Hennessy? You a fan of Hennessy?
No.
Me either. I hate it.
Woof.
I had it once, and I was very sad.
I bet.
What are you having?
I got this fancy beer for Christmas. It's got art on it. It tastes
Nice.
really good. It's called Clown Shoes.
It tastes really cool. 1 hands down. We'll go to Abel.
I hope I said the right one. RoboCop 3.
We'll go to Tyler.
RoboCop 3.
Antonio.
RoboCop 3.
And Brittany.
RoboCop 3.
All are correct. So 2-2. What's next?
Your third question comes in the category of Marvel. What type of candy is Johnny Blaze obsessed with eating in Ghost Rider?
I'm also drinking a beer with some really cool art. It's a Miller Lite. It's a fine Pilsner. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Cool.
5,
There's so much written on here. I'm just learning about it.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Tyler.
Said gummy bears.
We'll go to Antonio.
Skittles.
Go to Brittany.
The jelly beans?
And Abel.
Okay, I also said jelly beans.
Jelly beans is correct. 3-3. Your next question is going to come in the category of Star Wars. In The Phantom Menace, who points out that the Queen's plan to attack the palace may result in many Gungans being killed? So funny story. Maggie and I were celebrating my dear sister Amanda's birthday, and at the place we were celebrating, on the TV on TNT was Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace. Pretty crazy.
How did you start out by saying? Would you say crazy story, funny story?
Yeah, crazy story. Crazy story.
Oh,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Antonio.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Brittany.
Qui-Gon.
Abel.
Really? Qui-Gon Jinn.
And Tyler.
I said Boss Nass.
Qui-Gon is correct. So Galac-Deez Nuts takes a 1-point lead, 5-4. What is next, Nick?
the next question comes in the category of American Spies. How does Jack kill the man posing as his bodyguard when he arrives in Russia in Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruit?
I like this movie.
That's cool.
I watched it last week. It was a rip-roaring time.
Nice. Yeah, you wrote this question, and sometimes I'll be like reading the questions, and I'll be like, yeah, I remember writing this, and I got halfway through this one, and I was like, I feel lost. I don't remember this.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Brittany.
Drowns him.
I will go to Abel.
He drowns him.
Tyler.
Drowns them.
And Antonio.
I hate this movie. That's a taste them.
Drowns him is correct. So now we're tied up 6-6. Your next question. Coming in the category of the Wizarding World. In Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, who is angry with Harry upon returning to Hogwarts because their mom almost didn't let them come back? She hasn't seen it yet, Nick.
She doesn't know.
Yeah, you can't put this much pressure on her.
Don't blame her. She's like, I didn't hear the question. Yes, she did.
Even if she did, you can't blame her. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Abel.
I said Seamus Finnegan.
We will go to Tyler.
Yeah, I said Seamus.
Antonio.
Seamus.
And Brittany. Seamus is correct. 8-8. What's next, Nick?
Your next question comes in the category of Star Trek. Which Star Trek film features a dinner party featuring Romulan ale?
Last dinner party you went to. Go.
I had dinner last night.
Ooh, nice. What'd you have?
Kind of a party. Burger
What did we have for dinner last night?
with an egg
Oh,
on
we
it.
had that lasagna ravioli. Oh, 5. So good. 4, 3, 2.
Two different kinds of pasta.
Hands down. I'll explain. We'll go to Tyler.
Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country.
Antonio.
I said Nemesis.
Brittany.
The Undiscovered Country.
And Abel.
Undiscovered country.
Undiscovered Country is correct. So Duel takes the lead 10-9. Your next question is coming in the category of Pixar. Who voices Colt Bronco in Onward? So what it is it's basically like the setup of a lasagna. So like the layers with like the cheeses and stuff, but the noodles are raviolis, cheese raviolis in there. And it's
just lasagna.
you get like the meat and cheese, but then you get pieces of ravioli in there too. It's beautiful. A dish.
But like
4, 3.
How's that different than just
1.
having
Hands down, because it's not a flat piece of pasta. Let's go to Antonio.
Octavia Spencer.
We'll go to Brittany.
Mel Rodriguez.
We'll go to Abel.
Mel Rodriguez.
And Tyler.
Mel Rodriguez.
Mel Rodriguez is correct. 12-10. Nick, what's next?
your penultimate question? Will come in the category of DreamWorks animation. The question is, in Kung Fu Panda 3, we find out that Poe's birth name is what?
This question is interesting because your birth name is Poe.
It is.
Oh shit! I wasn't supposed to tell you that.
Are
Me and
you
your mom.
really my dad?
Me and your mom have been keeping that from you for a while. 5. Are you my dad? 3.
You're really my dad?
1. Pens down. We're gonna start with Brittany.
I just wrote Paul.
Ooh, well, let's go. Avel.
Is it Lee?
We'll go to Tyler
I don't know. I said Lotus.
and Antonio.
I said Jackie.
Lotus is correct.
Job, Tyler.
I love the I don't know. So 13-10 as we get into your final question, which is in the category of horror icons. At the beginning of A Nightmare on Elm Street, The Dream Master, what causes Kristen to fall asleep, allowing Freddy to kill her? Rough.
Yeah. that's
Rough
like-
go.
I wouldn't want that.
There are some horror movies where I'm like, you know, I could easily get away from
Sure.
this killer, but like, whew, I love sleeping, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
5.
Usually the
3.
like solution is like just move.
Pens down, but yeah, not this time. We're gonna start with Abel.
I said a lullaby.
We'll go to Tyler.
Says she's drugged.
We'll go to Antonio.
It says sleeping pill.
We'll go to Brittany.
Yeah, I said she's given sleeping pills.
So we can definitely take the sleeping pills. Can we take she's drugged?
Yep.
Because it's by her mom secretly, I would agree. So 15-11, Nick.
That's what I have.
All right, so 15-11 in favor of Duel of the Fates. We're going to get into round number 2. Both teams have all 4 repeats and their challenges intact. Nick, how's round number 2 going to work?
Round number 2 is going to work like this. It is the wheel round. We have a wheel with 8 fandom categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Yeah, that's not usually a thing, but it is today. Just messed up my whole rhythm. Each team's going to get a spin at the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they keep it. If not, they choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep what they spin the second time. You'll get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless you'd like to check down the multiple choice, in which case it'll only be worth 1. And be on the lookout as stealing is available in round number 2. Tim, what's on the wheel today?
Today's wheel is brought to you by Best Buy. Save on major appliances. Your wheel today is Law and Order, Wizarding World, James Bond, Scores and Soundtracks, YA, Sci-Fi Icons, Marvel, and American Spies. Duel of the Fates, you're in the lead. Do you want to spin first or defer?
what we talked about before.
We can hear somebody. We can hear somebody.
Sorry. That was our manager wishing us good luck. I'm sorry. Are we good?
Yeah, you're good. We're just waiting.
You guys are good. We're just waiting for their answer.
Yeah, guys, come to this.
Antonio, I would mute off in here too because I can still hear Jake.
We're gonna go first.
Okay, so this is going to be the spin for Duel of the Fates. Lands on Jimmy B.
We will spin again, please.
Okay, this is what you're going to be stuck with. It lands on Marvel, regular Marvel. So who is going to be the answerer for Duel of the Fates?
Me.
Okay, Nick, would you please go ahead and give Duel of the Fates their questions? Reminder, Duel of the Fates, you still have the normal 15-second count, even with the Skype call. So, Nick, would you please go ahead and give them their questions?
Gladly, Duel of the Fates. Are you prepared for your questions in the category of Marvel? All right, your first question. Which Marvel film features a rival company called Quest Aerospace, which is in competition to the main villain's company?
Spider-Man, final answer.
That is correct. 2 points. All right, your second question. Who directed Blade Trinity?
David S. Goyer, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your third question. Which non-superpowered Marvel hero is a former mob enforcer named Sal Bertolini?
Colonel Stars and Stripes, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your penultimate question. In X-Men, which of Logan's belongings was taken by Sabretooth after the attack on the road?
His dog tags, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. All right, Duel of the Fates, your final question. Whose funeral Whose funeral does Jay attend and Kay speak at in Men in Black 3?
Zed's final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points and the clean sweep of Marvel.
So I got Duel of the Fates up to 25 with that, Nick.
That's what I have, Tim.
Okay, so we're going to bring back the wheel for Galac-Deez Nuts. This is going to be your spin, gentlemen. It lands on Spinner's Choice. So, gentlemen, there are the categories. Let me know what you would like.
Philip. Sup, people? You can do the sound effect. We're taking Law and Order.
And who is going to be the answer for Galac-Deez Nuts?
Antonio, what do you want? I'll do it.
I think
Okay.
we established all we were going to do it.
I'll do it.
Okay, sounds good. All right, gentlemen, I'll be giving you your questions in Law and Order. Reminder, you just have the normal 15 seconds. So, are you guys ready for your questions? Okay, your first question. Which Law and Order film opens with a cargo dump in the Gulf of Mexico? 5, 4, 3, 2.
Multiple choice, please.
All right, your options are A, Bad Boys 2, B, A Good Day to Die Hard, C, Lethal Weapon 2, or D, Rush Hour.
Bad Boys 2, final answer.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, your next question. Who plays Lee's foster brother Kenji in Rush Hour 3? Five, 4, 3.
Harioki Sonata, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your next question. In Lethal Weapon 3, what possession of Murtaugh's does Leo Getz try to sell?
His house, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. In Live Free or Die Hard, what fake name does Matt Farrell initially say is his to John McClane when they first meet? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Multiple choice, please.
All right, your options are A, Mickey Mouse, B, Tony Montana, C, Jerry Seinfeld, or D, Daisy Duke. Five, 4.
D as in dog, final answer.
That is correct for 1 point. And your final question. In Beverly Hills Cop, what specific crime did Axel's childhood friend Mickey take the rap and do time for that the two of them really did together?
Mikey.
Oh, Mikey, I apologize. Five, 4, 3, 2.
They stole a car and went joyriding, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points and the clean sweep of Law and Order. So Galac-Deez Nuts gets their total up to 19 to Duel's 25. Is that what you have, Nick?
That's what I have, Tim.
All right, let's move on to round number 3. How's that going to work?
Round number 3 is going to work like this. It is the filmography round. Each team will be assigned 3 questions at a 1, 2, and 3 point value. One player from each team will have to take the 1 point question. The other player will have to take the 2 point question, and teams can confer on the 3 point question. Teams will be given 2 clues pointing to a fandom actor or actress. In order to get the points, they must guess the actor or actress correctly, as is with most of the questions in this game. Anyway, Tim, take it away.
All right, so Duel of the Fates, you're up first. Do you want set 1 or set 2? Or you're not up first, but you can decide.
Yeah, we can just talk here. Okay.
Yeah, you do not need to be in your Skype calls for this round.
Yeah. Just wanted to go set 1? Like,
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, we'll go set 1.
All right, Galac-Deez Nuts, you're going to get set 2. Nick is going to give you your questions because I gave you your questions in round 2. So, Nick, could you go ahead and start with Galac-Deez Nuts?
Absolutely. Galac-Deez Nuts. Who will be taking the 1 point question? Antonio. All right.
I'll take it.
Antonio, your question. Who plays a DC hitman in hiding and a Middle-earth ranger?
I can just say it right. Sorry.
Yep.
Viggo Mortensen, final answer.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, Abel, I'll be giving you your 2-point question. And it is, who voices a DreamWorks rodent and plays a YA faction leader?
Five, 4, 3.
Repeat, please.
All right, that is Galac-Deez Nuts' first repeat. The question again. Who voices a DreamWorks rodent and plays a YA faction leader?
Kate Winslet.
That is correct for 2 points. All right, and Galac-Deez Nuts, you can confer on this 3-point question. Here it is. Who plays an MCU magic user and a Law and Order Internal Affairs police officer?
Is it Rene Russo?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Where does because she's magic. She's a witch.
She uses she does use magic, and she's definitely in Little Weapon 3. So that's what I'm thinking.
Rene Russo. Final answer.
That is correct for 3 big points and a tie game.
All right, so we'll move over to Duel of the Fates. Who's going to be taking the 1-pointer?
I'll take it.
Okay, Tyler, your 1-pointer in set 1. Who voices a Pixar superhero and a Star Wars Jedi?
Samuel L. Jackson.
That is correct for 1 point.
No cursing. What's going on?
Keeping it clean.
Motherfucking Jackson. Brittany, your 2-pointer. Who plays a sci-fi icon and a Worlds of DC soldier?
Joel Kinnaman.
That is correct, even though Bucky
Yeah.
yelled the answer as you were. That is correct. All right, guys, your 3-point question, which you can confer on. Who plays a Marvel artist and voices a Disney animated con artist?
Marvel artist, they said.
Yeah, they did. Marvel artist and Disney animated con artist.
Con artist. Who are Marvel artists?
Think about like Woody Harrelson and Venom. Technically, he drew everything.
Oh,
4,
true.
3.
Repeat
2.
the question.
All right, that is your first repeat. Who plays a Marvel artist and voices a Disney animated con artist?
Zachary Levi's not.
There's some con artists in Disney animated.
I know.
5, 4.
We'll use another repeat.
Yeah.
Just repeat.
All right, that is your second repeat. Who plays a Marvel artist and voices a Disney animated con artist?
James Franco doesn't do any. Wait, no. Oh. What about Kerry Washington? Doesn't she do sculptures?
Does she? She's not a con artist, though.
Yeah.
Do we want to? Just want to go with Woody Harrelson?
Yeah, we can.
Woody Harrelson, final answer.
That is incorrect. We're looking for Bill Hader.
Who?
Bill Hader.
Marvel artist?
Oh.
Yeah.
What was the Disney movie, Nick?
Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Yeah. Oh, yes. All right. So with that, I have Duel of the Fates
That
up.
was tough.
I have Duel of the Fates up 3
Sorry.
points, 28-25.
That's what I have as well, Tim.
Okay, Nick, we're going to move on to round number 4. How's that going to work?
Round number 4 is going to work like this. It is the deep cut round. We have 10 films representing 10 different categories in fandom fights. Each film has had 5 questions written at a deep cut level. we have the deep cut wheel, which we will spin 5 times to get 5 different questions from possibly 5 of the different movies, or maybe some from the same one. Who knows? Each correct answer, teams can confer to get the correct answer. About 15 seconds to write it down, and each correct answer will be worth 2 points apiece. And that's how round 4 is going to work.
Yep. So we'll bring in the wheel. The movies on the wheel today are Inside Out, The Bourne Identity, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Jason X, Star Trek Nemesis, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Terminator Dark Fate, Spider-Man Homecoming, Captain Underpants, the first epic movie, and Constantine. So are there any questions as we get into this round?
Such an eclectic bunch of movies.
It is, yeah. All right, so we're gonna get the first spin.
Right, that's a weird movie night.
We're gonna start with Inside Out. So remember to be muted off in this call so you can talk in your Skype calls. Normal 15 seconds. Your first question in Inside Out. What is the name of the paper that anger reads? Big fan of this movie.
Because you relate so much to this character.
No. I just like the movie. That's not true. I relate a little bit. Not on like some of the stuff, but like some of the stuff. Yeah. Relatable. 5, 4. I've been a sad child. 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Duel of the Fates.
The mind reader.
And Galac-Deez nuts.
The Mind Reader.
Mind Reader is correct. So both get 2 points. We'll bring back the wheel. And this will be the spin for question 2. It's going to come from Spider-Man Homecoming. Nick, will you go ahead and read that question?
Absolutely. Your question from Spider-Man Homecoming. What time does Peter's school let out?
Dun, 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 dun. That's how it goes.
Help.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Galac-Deez nuts.
I said 2:45.
And Duel of the Fates.
We said 3 p.m.
2:45 is correct. So Nuts cuts down that lead a little bit. It is now 29-30. Your next spin is away. It's going to be Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. So your question from Captain Underpants. Nick, why don't you take this one?
I'll take it, Tim. Besides the ha-ha guffaw chuckleomalus, name one of the specific parts of the brain of a child as explained by Professor Poopy Pants in class. I feel all sorts of ridiculous.
That's fair. I mean, we are hosting an internet trivia show about Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. So
Good point, Tim.
I mean, if we weren't already a little ridiculous.
I really hope no one asks me to repeat this.
Can't wait for my daughter to one day come across these and be like, what's wrong with you? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Duel of the Fates.
No, we just said stay up as late as I want, but that's not it.
Okay. And Galac-Deez nuts.
I have thinking of Candy Amalus.
Thinking of Candy Amalus.
Close, but I don't think so.
No, it's the Thinking About Candy Lopolis. So very close, but so we will bring back in the wheel and the spin for question 4. Star Trek Nemesis. All right, I'll read you your question in Star Trek Nemesis, unless Nick wants to do it really bad.
You go ahead, Tim.
Okay. All right, your question in Star Trek Nemesis. What color undershirt does Deanna Troi wear during the final confrontation with the scimitar? This is one of those name a color questions that Cody loves so much.
Yeah. Want to open a Fandom TV league?
No, because we tried that once at Multiplex.
But like,
I'm pretty sure Jim Green was like in charge of that or was the champion or something.
I believe it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Galac-Deez nuts.
I just want to have it be known that I'm colorblind.
Yeah.
Blue.
And Duel of the Fates.
We said red.
Both are incorrect. It was green.
Okay.
Green. So we'll bring back the wheel for the final spin of the deep cut round.
Unfortunate.
Die Hard with a Vengeance. All right. So, Nick, you want to go ahead and answer that question?
Gladly. Your final question of the deep cut round. What TV show does John reference when beating up a goon on the boat? Great use of the word goon.
I thought it was a good use of the word goon. I was pretty happy when I wrote that one. Goon.
Some people call it a boat.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Can I get a repeat, please?
Yep, that's going to be the second repeat for Galac-Deez nuts.
Your question again. What TV show does John reference while beating up a goon on the boat?
You ever been on a boat?
Yeah.
You ever beat up a goon?
Yep.
Was his name Kaleb Koho?
Hi.
5, 4, 3,
Nice.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to, I don't know, Duel of the Fates.
The Addams Family.
And Galac-Deez nuts.
The Addams Family.
That is correct. So, Nick, kind of a slower deep cut round, but we still have a lead for Duel of the Fates, up by 1, 32-31. Is that what you have?
That's what I have, Tim.
All right, both have used 2 repeats, so both have 2 remaining. Challenge is intact. We're going to get into round number 5. How's that going to work?
Round number 5 is going to work like this. It is the betting round. We have 5 more questions in the round with Fandom Fights. Once the teams hear the question, they can choose who will take question 1. The other player will have to take question 2. They can reset for questions 3 and 4, and teams can confer on the 5th and final question. Once they hear the category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the question. If they get the question correct, they will gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated, or we have a new champion. Tim,
All right.
teams, any
First,
questions?
okay.
We have
The first category you guys can bet points on is going to be YA. We're going to start with Duel of the Fates. Who's taking it and how much are you betting?
I'm going to take it, and we're betting 2.
All right, Galac-Deez nuts. Who's taking it? How much?
At heart, I'm still a young adult. So
All right. Your question in YA. At the beginning of the Maze Runner The Scorch trials, during their escape from the facility, Eris and who split from the rest of the group to go open the door? Your take on doors. Do you like them to be just like free flowing, or do you like to have to like work for it? Maggie, you don't like that question?
It's an odd one.
What do you mean? Like the ones where you just kind of like it's like a circle and they just kind of open, or they automatic they open for you, or do you have to work for them?
You've really gone down a rabbit hole.
There's only so many things we can talk about too. 1 pens down. We're gonna start with Brittany.
It's a fry pan.
And sorry, Abel.
oof, I said Thomas.
Both are incorrect. We were looking for Winston. Winston. So Duel goes down to 30. Nuts down to 29. Still a 1-point game. What's next, Nick?
The next category you can bet points on is sci-fi icons.
All right, we're gonna get bets starting with Antonio
Dose.
and Tyler.
2.
Okay, Nick, what's the question?
Question is, which sci-fi icon film features the death of a character called the Keymaker?
I hate keys.
You hate them?
Yeah.
Because of the door thing you were just going on
Yep.
about?
Abso-fucking-lutely. 100%. So difficult.
Yeah. Really
They're
makes
so hard to use.
It's okay.
Just making my life more complicated. 5,
Learning so much about you.
3,
This man.
2, 1. Pens down, Antonio.
The Matrix Reloaded.
And Tyler.
Yep, the Matrix Reloaded.
Both are correct. So we're back to where we were. 32 to 31. The next category, you can reset who takes it. The question is in the category of Star Trek. We're going to start with Duel of the Fates. Who's taking it and how much?
Me and 2.
All right, Galac-Deez Nuts. Who's taking it? How much?
2, as we Dutchies say.
All right. So your question in the category of Star Trek. In Star Trek 09, what does Regulation 619 call for?
We'll take a somewhat general answer. Tim didn't see my hand sign.
What'd you do? Did you do this?
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't see it. I was actually reading the answer to the question, so
Yeah.
it's usually what I have to do.
Fair.
So I can know who I'm giving points to.
Yeah.
Even sometimes then I don't know.
True.
Because you and I do one of these. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
All right, that's going to be Galac-Deez Nuts' third repeat. In Star Trek 09, what does Regulation 619 call for? How many repeats do you think you used in your entire career as a Fandom player? Could it be 619?
No, that's too many. I didn't even play in that many.
More than 50?
I don't know. I'm trying to do some math.
5,
Per match.
4, 3,
Yeah.
1. Pens down. We're going to start with Brittany.
So the captain has to step down if emotionally compromised. I put by the mission in brackets.
And Abel.
Yeah, I said an officer who's emotionally compromised must resign.
I'm good with both of those.
Okay, we're good with both of those. So that
If
makes
there's any
it.
question, go ahead.
Yep. No, I agree. So that makes it 34 to 33. Both are correct.
Yep.
All right. What's the next category that Tyler and Antonio have to take?
The next category you can bet points on is scores and soundtracks.
All right. Let's get back starting with Antonio
2.
and Tyler.
0.
Okay. Here's the situation. If Antonio hits this, we move on to the final question with Nuts in the lead by 1. If Antonio misses, we will have new champions. So, Nick, what is the question?
Your question is, well, first of all, your question, which you will have extra time for, is name every person who has composed the score for a Wizarding World film. Tim, you and I have lots of time to catch up right now.
Yeah. How's your brother?
Yeah, great. You're
He's so young.
younger than I.
He's under 21 from the last thing I remember.
Technically speaking.
When is his birthday?
Not today.
Oh, that's too bad. My sister's birthday is today. She turned,
You're going to say it?
Maggie said 36.
Kind of rude. You can't just say things
Sorry,
like that.
what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I don't know.
You asked me how old she was. I had to tell you.
That's fair.
You didn't ask me. That's why. 5, 4, 3.
Repeat.
That is the last repeat for Galac-Deez Nuts.
Question again. Name every person who has composed the score for a Wizarding World film.
I believe we have one more repeat.
You have used all 4.
I have all 4 are gone. Yep.
Abel, if we could just get both hands on screen.
Yep.
You're fine. Yeah.
You're-
I'm not worried about it, but just for posterity's sake. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We are going to start with Tyler, who bet 0.
All I can remember was John Williams, Alexander Desplat, and James Newton Howard.
Okay. And Antonio.
John Williams, Alexander Desplat, James Newton Howard, and Howard Shore.
And your winners and new Fandom Fights Teams Champions, Duel of the Fates. The answer, Nick, was John Williams, Patrick Doyle, Nicholas Hooper, Alexander Desplat, and James Newton Howard. So, Nick, hell of a match. Final score of 34-31.
Yeah.
Really close.
God, that was close. That was one of the closer title matches, team title matches anyway, that we've seen. That was crazy. Very, very good stuff today from both teams. I said it at the beginning. I really did mean it. I didn't know who was going to win today. It was very, very close. I think one or two things go a little bit differently, and Galac-Deez Nuts is your new champions. But both teams played at the caliber that a championship level team needs to play at. I would not be shocked to see Galac-Deez Nuts holding these belts one day. But as of right now, they belong to Duel of the Fates.
Yeah, so let's get into post-match interviews. We're going to start by talking to Galac-Deez Nuts.
Hello. Before we'll cut this out. Did you need to go to the bathroom, Mom?
No, I'm good.
Okay, cool.
It was just nerves.
Okay. Galac-Deez Nuts. Fantastic stuff today. You guys were very close. Closer than I think a lot of people would have put you in contention for. But like, there was a very much a point where you almost won this match. I think on another day. And listen, I think Duel of the Fates is probably one of, if not the best teams playing right now, maybe even of all time. So to take them as far as you did just now and to nearly take the belts, to rip them from their grasp, crazy stuff to say. How are you guys feeling about the match? This is both of your first title appearance. You even went up against people who have experience in this arena before, and in many rounds, you outplayed them. You guys did fantastic. How are you feeling?
Really good. Let's be honest. We were giant underdogs, and we didn't play like underdogs. We played our hearts out, and I had a great fucking time. The only pernickety thing is, bro, I'm colorblind. Blue and green, they're the same to me. So that's pretty fucked up. But that's all good. What you're gonna do? It was amazing. I had a blast.
Antonio, you've been around a lot longer than Abel, but this is your first appearance in the title match as well. How do you think it went?
Yeah, that's why I feel good, but at the same time, it's just more like, because of the longevity of me being here, I'm just like a little bit just down on myself, knowing that there's certain things, especially misspelling the fucking Captain Underpants thing, that's gonna bother me. Fucking medical stuff I don't know about, and then just things in here and there, and just because I'm like, I finally get to this point, I feel like I still should have done better. Abel did everything he needed to do, and I still going to put it on myself for just like one little, one or two little things that could have just changed the course of the match. So that's why I'm happy we're here. I know we'll be back, but it's just more about, a lot of what ifs, and usually what ifs don't bother me, but in this case they do, and that's why I always.
Could have, should have, bro. That's always.
It's gonna bother me for a bit, but I really want to get back here soon because it's like you said, I've been.
Listen, man. Based on your first match with Duel of the Fates, and now this match with Duel of the Fates, you guys clearly have a key that other teams don't have when it comes to playing them. You have the ability to push them to their limits, and I think. Whether they're the champions next time you challenge for the belt, because I do believe that will happen, or it's someone else, I definitely could see it swinging your way. Jake, as you may remember from being in a similar spot as a team, I would often turn to the manager and say, hey, tell Jake why he's wrong for being all down on himself. So, Jake, tell Antonio why he's wrong for being all down on himself.
Yeah. Listen, I have been where Antonio is right now. I've been my own worst critic in life and in trivia for a very long time. So I understand how he's feeling, but I think if it's any other category, that last question, we might be champs right now. Like, I'm that confident that it was just like bad luck, and that happens. Like, these guys, I cannot overstate how proud I am of them for the amount of work that we put into this match. All of us, not just these two. I tried to help them as much as I could because I wanted them to get over the finish line. And if anything, part of me feels like maybe I didn't do enough, but that's really not true because these guys busted their asses to be here, and they showed why they did it. And they will be back. Any team that goes up against them, underestimate these two at their own peril. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. I think they proved something today that they belong with the cream of the crop in this game. And I think that's only going to continue this run. Duel of Fates is a freight train. And Brittany being
I've never beaten Brittany or Tyler. I've lost to them so many times.
Yeah, listen, you'll get a chance. You'll get another chance soon enough. But yeah, I'm so proud of these two. Yeah, it stings a little bit that Cody just like sits back and is like, "Hey, I'm just here and my players win." But you know what? We'll come back. Whether it's with these two, whether it's with somebody else, I think I'm so excited for what the rest of the season is going to bring. And I'm so proud of these guys. And I just hope that they never forget it.
Absolutely. Well, guys, the season is young. There's plenty of season left to go. And if you weren't on anyone's radar before this, you definitely are now. So I look forward to seeing you guys return real soon. But congratulations on a fantastic title match. Well played as we bring in our new champions. Duel of the Fates. A couple interesting things have happened here today. Tyler Birch, you're a Fandom champion. First time we're saying that. I feel like a lot of people knew that after your killer rookie season, going 3-0, being upsetting number one seeds in tournaments, making it to tournament finals. This feels like a long time coming. But Tyler Birch, you're now a Fandom champion. That's fantastic stuff. Brittany Tapley, you have become the 5th person ever to hold both the singles and teams championship at the same time. That may change tomorrow, but for at least the next 24 hours, you are a double belted champion. You guys played fantastic against a team that really made you earn it. I don't think anyone could say you just walked in, laid back, and took the belts and walked out, because holy crap, Galac-Deez nuts made you guys earn this today. How are you feeling about the win and being champions?
You guys can talk first. I'll talk after, because Jake got to win. I'll win. So go ahead and talk about how happy you are.
Do you want to go first, Tyler, since this is your first one? Or
Sure. Yeah.
okay.
Oh man, I mean, you want something for like so long, and you're like, you know you can do it, but you don't really know until it happens. So it feels fantastic to be able to get that win, and especially there's a couple things that didn't go our way. In my personal opinion, chose the wrong filmography. And then just like with some of the deep cuts, just some of the stuff, it's like I focused on so much on the badge numbers and Die Hard with a Vengeance. And those didn't come up, but the time that Peter gets out of school. But yeah, no, it feels great. I'm really excited. And honestly, like I'm so excited for the rest of the season, because we're only going to get better. I mean, we're only going to get better with the new categories. So, like the future team should be worried, because we put a lot of work in to get good at Law and Order, Sci-Fi Icons, all that. And it's just going to keep building. So the next team we face, they better be ready.
Yeah. Brittany, you have 2 belts. How's it feel?
I know, even if it does last only 24 hours, like that's insane. I was hoping maybe this would happen this year, but not like in February. Like that's crazy. I'm just so happy to finally win a belt with Tyler. We've been together for a while now, and we've become friends, through this. And just to win this together feels great. And like, I'm in the same boat. Did we play our best game? Not quite, but we're just going to learn from this. It's going to motivate us more to look at undershirts and times to get out and stuff like that. But no, I'm very, very happy with how we played. I just want to say to Galac-Deez nuts, they killed it. Like they played better than we did our first match. I'll honestly say that. Like the way they swept that filmography, played in round 4. Like, they should be really proud of themselves and made us work for it. So hats off to them. And yeah, just really happy for us. Yeah.
Brittany's changed since we managed
yeah.
Cody. She's sassy now. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Cody, I imagine you have things to say.
Yeah, I do. I know I get this reputation, like everybody hates to see me in Fandom. One manager of another faction told me I came back at the wrong time. Fandom is not your game anymore. You do not belong here. And I have both belts already. Just saying that off the rip. People like to say that I sit back and I don't do anything. You're right. I don't have all the knowledge you have, and I can't give you a bunch of deep cut notes. But I can instill is confidence in a team and players to go out and win. That last round, that 4th round, was entirely my plan. Like, I bet 0. We were contemplating betting and everything. I said, let Antonio hit it, see if he hits it. He looked disheveled. He looked like he wasn't happy. Then Abel was like, fuck it, just bet it, whatever. And I was like, they're betting 2 now, so what do we do? What's the game plan? I said, let's stick to the plan. We'll be down 1 going into the final question. It's not an ideal situation, but I had to trust what my players were telling me. The strategy paid off. We ended up winning. We didn't have to worry about anything. And I figured the most they would bet, this is what I would tell the other manager, because I've been at the top for a while, and I've held this team's belt 3 separate times with 3 separate teams at this point. You should have let Antonio bet 1 point, then you tie. Then you have only down 2 going into it, and you get to at least play the 5th question, and there's a chance we miss, and chances change. But you bet 2, and you threw yourselves out. So, yeah, I'm excited. Fandom's my favorite thing. You know, I said it's my favorite division. I run the other one, but this is like my favorite one because everything can change in round 5. Filmographies were rough. We didn't play our best game at all. I will tell that today. But that's great because if we won the belt on not our best game, we'll be able to keep it on our best game. To quote a Fandom category that was here once, doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile, winning's winning. Dom Toretto. Rest in peace, Fast and Furious.
Guys, congratulations on the win. We don't know who you'll be playing next, but you'll see. It's gonna be a great time. Congratulations on the win. We'll see you next. Enjoy your reign as the team's champions. Tim, why don't you put a bow on it?
Oh man, another championship match under. Oh yeah, we got 1 more to do tomorrow. This is nuts. I'm loving it. Bucky had a great time. He was yelling out answers. What a punk. But this was fantastic. Thank you to both teams, Galac and Duel. Thank you to the managers, Cody and Jake. Thank you to Nick for writing this one. Thank you for Bucky for being my emotional support animal. This has been Fandom Fights. We'll see you guys tomorrow with the next title match. Until then, have a great night. Bye.
And again, that's the hero gig. Part of the journey is the end.
Goodbye, old friend.
Kitty has to go.